Hello Gemini, welcome to my channel. This is going to be your October 2023 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. We will start off with the sound bowl just to tune in, so you can join me if you like. I'm going to take a breath in and exhale. Okay, Gemini, let us see what October is bringing you. We're going to start off with the Wisdom of the Oracle. Back in the UK now, so I have some of my old decks back again, which is fun. I'm just going to get a what you need to know for the month of October for your highest good. Excuse me. Take that one, which flew on the side there. Let's see what we have. Breathe. Okay, so it could be that the month of October is bringing you reason to slow down, meditate, and breathe. Now, usually a person, when someone's going through quite a lot of turmoil in their lives, you know, a loved one would say to you, okay, breathe. So maybe there's something that is going to be rippling your emotional body. Because what's quite interesting about this card is that she's, this lady is meditating, or rather a fairy, so a fairy elemental, is meditating on a floating leaf, and there's a lotus there, but instead of being grounded, she's actually on a pool of water, okay, which is rippling out. So there's something about the emotional body that's been stirred this time. Let us get some some tarot now. So just wondering what's going on with you, Gemini. Because we don't have your sign here. I mean, obviously she's a fairy and fairies fly, and that's air, which is you. But you're being asked almost to move outside your comfort zone. Okay, so we're going to do a culture cross for you. Remember, energies are non-gender specific. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. It is a general reading. Okay, this is the Fountain Tarot. I'm not taking you, but what are you? Ooh, Chariot. One more. Okay. Centered to the reading, we have the Queen of Wands. Crossing that energy is the Moon. Above you, Three of Cups. Beneath you, King of Coins. Recent past, Knight of Coins. Immediate future, the High Priestess. Your attitude is the Queen of Swords. Your environment is the Star. Very nice. Nine of Wands in your hopes and fears. And the outcome for the month of October is the Empress. So we've got four major arcanas here for you. All of them are beautiful. Let me just take a moment with this. Okay, so you're definitely leveling up. This, we can say that about every month really, because, you know, we're always learning, that's what life is, right? But we have something that's been taken quite slow to harvest and to manifest. You've been kind of doing your due diligence on something, and even though you might be pulled up with things by the past, you are absolutely ending up on top with a bit more kind of support. So if you've been feeling lack of support up until now and like you're a bit isolated, that is certainly changing for you. Lots of celebration. We have a lot of reasons to be excited about the future with the Star card and the Empress card. Okay, you may still need to finish up a project before you can reap the rewards, right? I mean, we could say that about anything, but it's showing up here pretty strong. Beneath you with the King of Cups, King of Coins here, which is a King of Pentacles. There may be you kind of feeling a sense of You know that there's a time that's coming pretty soon where you are going to have the opportunity to just sit back and watch all the work that you've put into something play out. Okay, now when we say the word work, what we're actually talking about is your investment of energy. Okay, so that can be heart-based, it can be the things you apply yourself with in projects or career, it could be family commitments, anything like that. It's like you've been doing your due diligence and you're starting to reap the rewards in the sense of, I mean, with this King of Coins here in your intuitive area and the outcome being the Empress. Firstly, that King of Coins is sitting there pretty, right? He's pretty content with what he's got. And the Empress was Divine Feminine, is all about receiving harvest, receiving love. She works, Divine Feminine is a receiving mode, a reception mode. Divine Masculine is an outward working manifestation, kind of applying yourself, and you are ending the month off of, okay, then just allow it to come to me. And we can see that in the gender organs, right? One is outward, one is inward, and it's a physical manifestation of where those energies really come from. So you've got this you're gonna be feeling a lot more in alignment and chilled, I would say, by the end of the month. Okay, but that's the outcome of the month, because we still got that 9 of Wands, so there's still a bit of heavy lifting to do this month. But when you move into the High Priestess in your immediate future, the veil is lifted on some area in terms of this uncertainty that you've been feeling about the things that you've been applying yourself to. So you're kind of really hitting October with what's that expression? It's like hitting the road running or something. I forget what the expression is called, but you really are powering up. You're doing a lot of fast energy in the month of October. Okay, even though it may be a bit of a challenge that the work that you're putting into something may not be coming to fruition, but it certainly is, because I think you slow down. You slow down. A, because of a little bit of exhaustion with the 9 of Wands. Okay, working hard, maybe hard into the night, or feeling like you're not going to get anywhere. But you absolutely are, because the star card is surrounding you. And as you do so, you sort of you slow down a little bit by the end of the month, and you start to embrace more feelings of flow, more receptivity to gifts, abundance, creativity. All of these things are unleashing. Now, if you are a creative person, we all are in many different ways, but if you strongly resonate with that of putting ingredients together and creating something, that creativity, it feels to me that you are, if you felt like you kind of lost that, or you haven't had the chance to do it, you will be feeling that more by the end of the month. Because when we apply ourselves and get ourselves so busy, particularly if it's logic aspected, so with work, I have to do this because I have to pay my bills, I have to do this and this, and we are powering on and making things happen, it can sometimes stifle our creativity. Creativity is beautifully arises when we've created a blank canvas and we can just sit in the energy and allow something to come without expectation. And that's really with working with the energy. Okay, now the Queen of Swords, because you're sort of working really hard, you're a very busy month in terms of, there could be up until the end where it slows down, right? You could be doing a lot of business networking, a lot of socializing. It's exciting, it's fantastic, but that's also why the card Breathe is turned up, because in amongst all of these differences in opinions, differences in perspectives, not only is it enlightening, but sometimes we need to sort of sit back, process everyone else's opinions and perspectives, and then figure out where our own one is. Okay, so I feel like you're trying to embrace an attitude with Queen of Swords of, I need to be true to myself. See, the Queen of Swords is in your attitude position. It is obviously your energy, right? Queen of Swords takes an intellectual standpoint on things, and it's your mind is very sharp. I mean, your mind is always sharp, but it feels like you're really coming into your own a bit more this month, because you're starting to see the momentum move in a little bit of a faster pace, particularly because Knight of Coins, which is a very slow card, that due diligence I was talking about, was a bit slow and steady, and now you start to see the momentum pick up. And as you do so, you feel more yourself, more kind of like, yeah, because I know I'm good with being able to handle many things at once, think about many things at once, because you get into the flow of that, right? But as the month continues, you will start to feel a little bit drained, and then start to settle into this beautiful High Priestess energy of, let me switch the mind frame, open the mental body to harness more. It's like I'm seeing this canopy, what's that word? Like a great big cup around here, okay? So your intellectual body is on point, it's sharp, it's clear cut. But equally, because you've got this huge funnel around you, you are also accessing more of your intuitive voice, your higher self, even perhaps light codes from above. So this could also be a time, if you are very spiritual and you do a lot of spiritual practice, you may be receiving a lot more universal knowledge, even tapping into parts of your Akashic record, okay? And it's exciting. But at the same time, it is a shift to what you've been doing. So this is the thing that could be slowing you down a bit, because you're like, oh, I want more of that. Empress energy, again, is that abundance. It's that universal knowledge. It is understanding your deepest ability to manifest and create more. So you're shifting your energy frequencies quite a bit here. Okay, so we're going to clarify all of these cards, because the moon card, that is your challenge for October. The moon talks about kind of things feeling a bit like an illusion, you know, it's not quite clear cut, it's all very uncertain, maybe emotionally perturbing. So we're going to see what all this is going on for you. It's a beautiful reading though. Okay, so we'll cut the deck in the same way. Something about sharpness this month. I don't know why I keep picking up on that, and I don't know whether it's, I feel like it should be like sharpness of your mindset, clarity, vision, foresight, but also you know when someone says, oh, you're looking sharp. So I think maybe also for some of you, making certain changes in your dress sense and giving yourself a sharper kind of either professional look, or just you know, just doing a sort of a makeover or something as well. I'll see if anything else comes through for sharp. Anything for sharp, because sharp is the opposite of the Empress energy, but it's pretty strong here with the Star card and a High Priestess, even the Moon. What else am I getting from sharp? Such an odd word, sharp, because it's definitely not the emotional body. I think it's really just referring to something that is clear cut. Okay, let's clarify. Under the Queen of Wands, we've got the Emperor. The Moon, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Three of Cups, we have the Four of Wands. King of Coins, we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Coins, we have Temperance here. High Priestess, we have the Three of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, I'll get to that. Queen of Swords, we have the Seven of Wands, Star, the Death card. Nine of Wands, we have the Ten of Swords, that's the sharpness. And the Empress, we've got the Seven of Coins. Okay, Queen of Wands with the Emperor card. You, my goodness, Gemini, you are on fire this month. Okay, you are making stuff happen. You have all the ingredients to go the distance, to apply your energy, and to really make stuff happen. I feel like you are a force to be reckoned with this month, and people feel really inspired by your vision and by your aptitude. Crossing the energy is a moon card with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, I'll just show you that one. So there is a bit of a kind of uncertainty surrounding something new that wants to come in. Now this could be a romantic offer that is coming on in for you, could be a totally different sort of opportunity, business speaking, or even to do with property, that you're like, no, I can't deal with that at the moment because I'm dealing with this, right? And so you kind of don't want to even go there because you feel like it would distract you. I would say this is a really positive thing. If there's anything that's trying to kind of slip in and distract you, an opportunity whereby you don't feel you actually have the right time to do so, I would say investigate it. Yes, it could upset your routine a little bit, but you do have, you can cope with it, absolutely, if you breathe, if you invite some meditation, even if it feels uncertain. See, the Ace of Pentacles is an offer from the universe, right? Solid, right? It materializes into something long term. So even if it feels completely uncertain, you're like, I don't want to put all my eggs in that basket, I would investigate it. Yes, it's going to distract you somewhat, but I would investigate it because I feel like you're taking onto the higher realm with the High Priestess. Now, your immediate past of the Knight of Coins, that due diligence, it's clarified by Temperance. So it's just telling me that you've had to be patient for quite a long time now, okay? But you are still in an alchemizing phase, and that was actually divine timing. So this is where you start to see things really move ahead. Three of Coins, all your socializing, all your gatherings, all your getting together is really just building on your sense of your lifestyle. And you're finding that you're getting a good balance. You know, it feels like it's a kind of thing of like, at least one day this month, right, of October, you're going to be saying, I love my life. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because you feel supported by the people. Okay. But there is also something here, because Four of Wands can also be a marriage card, and then Three of Cups. So for some of you, perhaps you're going to a wedding this month. Perhaps some of you are actually getting married, because we've got the Emperor and the Empress now turning up. You standing in the Empress energy. Don't worry if you're not a female. Okay, we all have both energies within ourselves, and we've also got the Emperor here too. So we do have a divine counterpart coming up for you. And there's a lot of people around you this month as well, which is why it's so important to make sure that you take some time to go within, to breathe, to process what is going on. But your focus is certainly, how can I get together with others? How can I celebrate joy? It's a very celebration energy. And I mean, of course, for some of you may, go away for a few days abroad, which may be quite fun, but I'm not really getting that. If this is something, the Four of Wands is really giving me a sense of that foundation of something so if it's marriage, it's something that affects your life, right? If it's routine, it's something that affects your life. It's not like a one-off holiday, but whatever it is, your focus is on celebrating that. So it's quite nice. Under the High Priestess, we've got the Three of Pentacles. So the reason why I kind of went, oh wow, there, was because the strong sense I was getting is we got kind of three main messages that are coming through with this. Okay, the first one, which made me go, oh wow, is it feels to me that you are getting almost like direct information from your spiritual team or your guardian angels, however you see, whatever label works well for you. But it feels like you're getting direct information. Is a three, the Empress is a three. Three, the Holy Trinity, right? You can look at it from that perspective. It's when one force meets another, and the combining factor, the bridge between it, is the number three. And so you could be getting direct information. For some of you, perhaps you're even channeling or doing automatic writing. But this is wisdom, and it's adding to what you already know. That's the energy that's coming through. So we could talk about that spiritually, is what we've just done. Or we could talk about that sense of knowingness that you're going to be arriving at whereby it could have been something that you had worked on previously, a previous project, and you shelved it because the time wasn't right. And now you've met someone through all your celebrations, right? Because you're doing a lot of socializing and networking, that has inspired you to pick up that again and rework it and rethink it, and perhaps they'll join forces with you. So Three of Pentacles, all about collaboration. So either you're collaborating more closely with your spiritual team or collaborating with others, but there is some sort of connection, and this isn't a union just between two people. This is, you know, three or more. With the Three of Cups as well, it's like you're taking things to another level, right? So if you've been working with people and it's solid with that Four of Wands, and wands can often talk about career, you're taking it to a pentacle level. You're taking it to the next level by introducing both spirit and physicality, you know, the cosmos and the earth plane, and you're bridging the gap there. Quite profound. Okay, Queen of Swords, that sharpness, that clarity of the mind is, this is what I was picking up on, and there's also more sharpness over there. But the attitude of this month is you are standing with conviction. You know what you're doing. Okay, you don't need anyone to tell you you're not doing the right thing, because only you can know what you're doing. It's clarified by the Seven of Wands. So basically what's happening here is you're needing, in a way, to fight for what's right. You're sort of stepping into your power. And you know, Gemini, often I do these readings for you, and so often is the case that I get the sense of the work that you do, the intentions behind the kind of work that you do, whether that be in business or within your personal life. But it's all in, it always feels like some sort of service to humanity or Mother Gaia. It always seems to have that kind of flavor. So maybe I'm just tuning into, you know, the groups of youth that are more in tune with that. But I'm getting this feeling of like this month you're in the attitude of protecting what belongs to you and what belongs to others. You know, and it's got that, you're going to have to stand in your power for this, but I don't think it's going to be that difficult. It's not outside your comfort zone, because I feel like you are really kind of feeling very confident this month. So I really, really like that. And yes, sometimes we don't always want to have to justify ourselves or present evidence as such, but I feel like you may have to, and I don't feel like it's anything that you're going to you lose sleep over. So that's really, really nice. Your environment is changing for the better. We got the Star card clarified by the Death card. The way people are seeing you is almost like a North Star. They're seeing you as a guiding light. There's a huge transformation that's taking place within that. But in terms of your environment itself, you're changing seasons. One season is coming to an end. And no, I'm not talking about the change of the weather seasons. I'm talking about there is a shift that is taking place within your environment, meaning that either you're changing homes, changing businesses, or there's a restructuring at work, so you have new people in your environment. It could be a new person coming into the home, a new child or pet. There is a big change, but the change is not divinely guided, because it's got the Temperance card, but it is what you wish and hope for. So this is really beautiful energy. Okay. We've got the desire here for you is to be able to forge ahead and keep going, because you start off pretty strong, but you may need a bit of a break. But it's clarified by the Ten of Swords. Okay, so this is that sharpness I was talking about. Let me just show you. Okay, so the desire here is to forge ahead and to be able to kind of let go of the things that are over and done with. You know, sometimes we know that we can only fight so long, and the rest is just hitting your head against a brick wall. So in a way, you want to bring something to completion, but you don't want to, you feel at that point of there's no point fighting a losing battle over, right? But there is something, because the swords is air energy, which is the intellect. So there could also be a belief system that you've been fighting to hold on to, and now you just have to let it go because it's done. For others of you, this could have been a sort of a stronger ending, which was quite painful, perhaps even some sort of betrayal. And you're hoping so much that these things that you're working on at the moment are going to enable you to move beyond that, basically. All right. It may feel, because the Star card is also a card of healing in your environment, it may feel that you've done all your healing work. You feel like you've let it go, but you're almost there. Not quite, because it's a 9, and 9s are endings, right? But it's not quite a 10 yet. So you're almost at the precipice now of completion of that. So you can put it to one side, and you can allow yourself not to be burdened by past disappointment, past regret, past betrayal. And it feels like that has maybe been quite a exhausting aspect of the month, which leads you into a place of serenity, where this is where you slow down a bit, and now you're kind of going, okay, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to be the observer of how things are coming into my environment. The outcome for the month is the Empress, clarified by the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so in the Empress energy, you are recognizing, you're seeing for yourself all the things that you put in play out. Okay, in the past, it felt like you were just like plodding along. The momentum speeds up this month, and by the end of the month, you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. But it feels like it has a slight different quality, a more kind of angelically guided quality, whereby you can look back by the end of the month, you can look back at all the energy, all the things that you did over the course of the month, and kind of go, that was forced energy, that was receptive energy, that was collaborative energy. And you can almost decide within yourself, or discern, which of those fruits or efforts bore the best fruit. Okay, and this will help you to navigate your idea of success. Okay, it'll help you to identify a slightly different approach, because you're harnessing that High Priestess energy. Okay, perhaps it was easier to collaborate with a few other people, so it took a lot less of your energy energy, but then maybe you're having to share the success. Okay, for others of you who are involved in love and romance, you are coming to a point as well, even if you are getting married, coming to a point by the end of the month of like where to allow yourself to let go and receive. Because it feels like you've done all of this, right? But now you can kind of go, okay, let's see where the energy flows, and I'm just going to allow things to come in. It's really beautiful, and it does have that kind of, I keep seeing this breathe card, right? And it has that very floaty kind of energy. In fact, if I get my deck here, you see what your Queen of Swords card looks like, because it's a very different kind of, there's a very different type of card than your ordinary Queen of Swords, and I think you'll like it. This is not a breast print, by the way, of my deck. But my Queen of Swords in my deck, and this is a Love It or More deck, right, is quite ethereal. She is she's like floating almost, because everything's so clear cut for her. She's so light in her energy field that she actually floats, and I'm really getting that kind of floaty, acceptance, content, kind of very feminine energy by the end of the month. All right, where you're feeling a lot more balanced and just self-secure or self-assured. So it is beautiful. Right, Gemini, we're just going to end this reading with the Moonology card. Okay. What does Gemini need to know, please, for October 2023 for their highest good? We could have a full combination as well come the full moon, because now I'm seeing the full moon 3 times in these cards. Thank you. And this is a full moon. Full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay. So, I feel like you've been doing all the work, but this energy of the Emperor and the Queen of Wands in your current position here is working with the energies, which is beautiful. But we've got this, I think literally all Spirit is saying is, I think Spirit's saying here, you're working with the energies like nobody's business. Is excellent. It's wonderful. But because you're embracing so much fire and so much air, we need to kind of ground it a bit, okay, in a practical approach. And it's coming through with that King of Coins now as well. And with King of Coins, it was clarified by the Knight of Wands. So deep down, you know that there's something that you need to implement, instrument, moving forward, and you're doing it with passion. But again, he's sitting back and chilling out. There's because the High Priestess is all this like floaty energy, you're in this sort of floaty sharp energy. The stars like all ethereal, the Empress is all ethereal. The Emperor does things, but we are needing to just ground things a little bit. So part of your Emperor duty perhaps is to maybe draw up a game plan of say 3 options of how you think this your dreams can go. So it's in terms of like your future lifestyle, okay, what you want to revisit into your life, what you want to bring and harness into your life, your sense of abundance, your sense of security, right, and love. And it feels to me like there may be a good idea. So for example, if you want to find love, the practical plan is to get out and about and socialize more, but you're doing that, right? But I'm using that as an example. If you want to make more money, there's the focus is on money. The game plan, the practical plan would be to really have a look at where you stand and then find ways of putting something to one side, maybe for a savings or investment strategy. So whatever you're doing, because it's so beautiful, right, it just maybe needs to be grounded a little bit, just into the earth plane. I feel like that's what Spirit is trying to tell you. So I really hope that helped you, Gemini. Have a beautiful month. It is a beautiful month. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. It really helps my channel. So it's totally free if you want to do it. And if you're interested in a personal reading, check out my website, lovetomore.com. Information is in the description box below.